had the great pleasure of working with Jack and seeing what a gentleman he is and what an incredible businessman he was. And he and Dave really did create the culture of what Concert is today. And that is a big part of why we're here today, talking about the Burn Fund and the fact that it's part of our DNA, it's part of our core values to be able to give back to the communities that we do work in. And that's been instilled as a company value from the outset. And it really came from Jack and Dave and the importance of giving back to the community.
Jack had a similar philosophy to mine. I've always felt, and I know my father also was very similar, we felt that we've done very well in this community. The community's been very good to us and very supportive. And we believe then it's important to give back, to contribute to the community that has supported us over the years.
I ask myself all the time, what would Jack have done? And he would have said, "What do you need, David?" And it's as simple as that.
And I've always wanted to try and find opportunities where we can use our skills to support worthwhile community initiatives. In Concert, we like to engage our team in a meaningful way where they're also contributing back to the community. And one day George took me aside at a board meeting and he said, "Look, I've got some friends that are firefighters and they're trying to build this accommodation unit, but they need some support and some assistance. Do you think that Concert could help them?" And I thought about it about 2 seconds and I said, "That sounds really interesting. Of course we can, George." So he introduced us, and from there we're sitting in the completed product.
There was really no shortage of desire on the part of our staff to get engaged in a project like this. It's just such a fabulous initiative. It's so meaningful to the community and to the people that it serves on a daily basis. So there was really no shortage of getting volunteers to step up and commit our time and energy and effort to making this happen. And at 2012, we engaged and donated our time as property and project managers and helped the Burn Fund create the facility. So we donated our time to the management, both on the front end through getting project designed and the development permits and approvals to build, and then ultimately on the construction management side, where we helped to oversee the contractor and deliver this building in the fall of 2015.
Every day that we met with David, which was a lot during the 8 years that I was involved, he always brought that, we can do this. And there's no doubt that we're going to do this. And we just have to work together, and we're going to get through this. And his enthusiasm carried the day on many of the days that some of us were doubting where we were actually at.
Well, as we all know, Concert Properties has been an amazing player in community development in our province, and of late, the Burn Fund Centre was the recipient of that generosity. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and I often have thought of the Burn Fund being that child, and the village that raised us and helped us the most was Concert Properties. And definitely not only did David Podmore come on board professionally, but personally in a big way, and leading that charge as a family person with high family values. All of his family got involved as well to help raise this child.
There are quite a number of individuals in our organization that were involved right through the entire duration of this project, from first conception right through to completion. And I know they're very, very proud of it, as they should be. And it also brings that team together when they can look back and say, well, you know what, we did that and we helped the community, and it's good.
The Concert team was really amazing to work with through this whole project. They kept us on time, on task, kept our expectations real, told us when we were starting to dream a little bit too much again. But we got the wall, didn't we, Arif? It goes a long way to talk about how concert went to that degree to help us realize elements of the dream to make this building super special.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be able to build those relationships. So those are really special moments in a project of this size and scale. And those are things that as a developer we rarely get the opportunity to do. You know, as I mentioned earlier, we built thousands of homes, but it's not always, we don't always get the intimate relationship and the understanding of what their needs are specifically, and be able to customize a project to meet the needs of a client. And a project like this, you get that wonderful opportunity of actually meeting the people, understanding more about what the patients or the people that will occupy this place, the trauma that they go through on a daily basis, and how lucky we are and fortunate we are to be able to actually work and physically deliver this space to meet their needs. It's a pretty special event.
We did some statistics in November of 2017, and with the Home Away program only having been in operation for roughly 18 months at that time, we figured out that we had already done over 3,200 room nights, served over 140 families. The longest patient and family stay was 8.5 months. And our youngest stay was an 18-month-old child. So, and the feedback now that we're receiving was more than we could have ever imagined. It's definitely setting out to do what we meant it to do, and then some.
Read the letters or the cards that express the gratitude, the appreciation for everything that is done for those numbers of people. I just got one of the biggest hugs I've ever had in my life from a person who is here. And that's all it takes. Hugs are all you need.
David's just an individual that you want to be with, you want to be like, because you can see that he's a leader. And he speaks to you whether you're the CEO or the janitor. He's just one of those kind of guys that embraces everybody.
We used our skill set basically to support and assist them. So that means, first of all, the initial concept, finding a site, working with them on securing the site. Then we have to get a design together and the various drawings and permits, look after the design and engineering, manage that team, and then prepare for construction, so oversee the production of the working drawings, tendering the project, assessing the bids that we received, finalizing the budget, and then proceeding through to construction and then commissioning of the building. So it's a comprehensive service like we do for our own buildings. But the advantage to an organization like the Burn Fund is that it reduces their cost by eliminating the fees that are normally associated with those functions. And they can be quite significant. So that's what we did. We really enjoyed it. We worked with Lisa, and she was terrific, and a number of the representatives from the firefighters. So hopefully we did a good job for them.
Well, I've always thought that David's actions really align himself as an everyday hero. We think of firefighters as an everyday hero, and David, you certainly are. Working tirelessly to make a difference, running toward a challenge, never giving up, and inspiring others along the way. You're amazing, and thank you so much for what you've done for the Burn Fund.
It's just been a remarkable project, and it's one of those in all of our careers that we can look back at and go, I'm glad I was involved in that.
And I just love going by the statue. I stop, anytime I'm on Main Street, I stop and have a good look at it.
I can't say thanks enough to David, certainly for all his encouragement as well as his expertise as we worked our way through this project.
We couldn't have done it without the support, the leadership, and the belief from David and Brian and right through everybody within Concert. When you meet them today, they genuinely have a love for what we did, and it's pretty amazing to be a part of that. So thank you.
I'd like to send a very warm thanks and appreciation to you, David, and to your family, Janice, Ian, and Jennifer. You were all part of this project in some shape or form, and we wouldn't be here today without all of you, so thank you.
And not only that, I'll have to say this, they've got 4 spectacular children that I had the pleasure of watching grow up, and they brought Jennifer in for this, and again, I'd like to recognize Jennifer for all the work that she's done to help us in this project. So this has been a Podmore family affair, and I think that as much as David's getting recognition, and David, we love you for that, but we also have to give credit to the Podmore family, which has done a spectacular job, and Concert.
It has been an honor and a pleasure to honor you, David, Brian, Arif, Jeff, and the rest of the Concert team tonight to say thank you. And thank you for what you do. You are a developer with a difference, and you're a developer making a difference. Thank you so much.